Go. Now, first of all, you don't want to load your sprites. You right-click, press Create Sprite. In this case, we're going to call it SPR underscore clown. The SPR would be shortening of sprite, and when you're programming, it's a lot easier to tell them apart as sprites from objects or sounds or stuff like that. So we use shortenings in front of them. Load them. Clown. You do the same thing with SBR wall. And this one you need to make sure that it's not transparent, because otherwise the black would be same color as the background, and we don't want that. With the clown we do want it, because then these like brownish areas around it, there you'd see through it. Okay, now let's create objects of those. Like I said, we're gonna have shortenings, so this will be obj underscore clown, and we have SBR clown's picture. Other objects, and SBR wall. It's important this one's solid, because that means that it can't be like hurt by anything. It can't be touched. Nothing can collide with it without like something happening. Can't be at the same place as something else. And with this one, you don't need any programming. Let's be our clown. You have different events, and that means happenings and in the actions. So how this object will react to the happening. So in the creation event, when it's created, we want it to move in a random direction. So we take the move fixed, and by putting all these in, it'll randomly choose one of those directions. And we'll start with a speed of, let's say, 4. We do not put in relative, because if it was relative, it would add to 4 every time you created. Well, it really doesn't matter at this point, because the creation event only happened once. But with other things, it's good not to put on relative if you don't need to. And in the collision event with the wall, we want to bounce. GameMaker has an effect for that, which is this one. It'll just go like that, and it'll automatically bounce. And we also want it for when you click on it, then we want to get points, but we'll work on that later. And we want to move in a different direction. So put down a different direction, and we'll put down speed of 2 relative, because it's going to add to every time we click on it. Then now we're going to create the room. Now let's put on, this would be how the squares in the room big they are. If you're like dealing with very big ones, then you'd make this bigger. If you're dealing with very small sprites or objects, then you make them small, obviously. In this case, they're all both 32 by 32, so make this also 32 by 32. Make this bigger. Now, we now have the wall selected. If you go down here, you can select either one of them. We want the room lined with walls so that the clown cannot get out of the room. There, done. And we want the clown somewhere. Okay, now we should have a simple game. It'll keep going faster and faster each time you click on it. Done. And okay, now we're gonna add more effects. First of all, do the score. With the clown, we're gonna add to the creation event. Make sure that it starts out. And starting, the score will be on, let's see, where's the score? Here. And it starts out, the score will be 0. And then when you click on it, we want the score to add by 10. So we make it relative so that it'll add to the original score. And that's about it for the score. Now I see when you play the game, when you click on it, you see that score goes up each time you do it. I must have accidentally put down 20. Oh well. Right. So next, we're gonna add sounds. To do that, we go to sounds, create sound. It works a lot with sprites. I'm gonna add shortening to it so that you can define them easier. Click, because you want to make a sound when I click on it. You load it from here. I want to make another one for when it bounces. S and D click. Oh wait, sorry. Bounce. Load sound bounce. Alright, tell the clown that when it hits the wall, it doesn't only bounce but also play the sound bounce. And so this one, we select sound bounce. And when we click on it, we want to play the sound click. Sound click. Well, that's about it. Now you got a simple game. And if you want to do other stuff like add backgrounds, you can just add background the same way you do anything else. It's also included with the packet from this tutorial. Back. Take background. And then to insert the background, you have to go to your room and choose the background. And you'd have to do like this would be background 0 back. Now I have background, and pretty simple game, but now you know the beginnings of tutorials, and you know a little bit of programming, you know how to insert stuff, and that's pretty much it. I'm APC, and this is a Syntech video.